Good morning, folks. It's the next day, day 3, I guess. And I didn't do a proper wrap up last night, but I'll be honest, without going into too much detail, I have a bad back and it's acting up. So I'm trying to balance the amount of work I do against not overdoing it to the point where I can't get up the next day and do work. So, and ultimately, my goal would be to finally get to a point where I can go soak in that tub, but it's kind of like I got to fix the floor before I can put the toilet back in, and I got to get that done before I do the bathtub, which is there's a whole sort of reasoning behind that, which may not sound right, but it is what it is. So you can see I've got a bunch of tile in the box there. They've been cleaned on the back and the front, so they're kind of like new tiles, except they don't have the backing that they once had. Let me pull one out, just kind of show you what these are looking like on the back now, and nice and clean on the front. It's actually the same tile. It's just if you rotate it and then rotate it and then rotate, well, you kind of get the idea. Basically, it can be in 4 different positions and creates that rosette in the center and the decoration along the outside, and then you get another one, you put it next to it, and you get a different kind of rosette going up in the other corner. So you kind of get the idea. I'm stacking them in the order that they would kind of fit in. You can kind of see the design there a little bit, maybe. That's kind of what it's going to look like. So anywho, there's still, I think I got through 38 of them. I think I counted. There's going to be like 70 something, so I've got a bit more to go. I've got a pile sitting here of tiles that still have to be scraped, and another pile kind of hiding in the back that have already been scraped on the back. They just need to be cleaned on the front. Some of it has to do with getting the caulking off of some of the tiles, so that they don't end up, I don't have to put them back in the exact same position they were in. I've also got a box full of the just one layer of the tiles that were right around the toilet itself, right around the ring. I got to get those all cleaned up. Some smaller little bits and pieces that need to be cleaned up, and I'm thinking I may actually go back up and take out the ones by the bathtub and try and remove that entire caulk line, because if I try and repair the caulk line, it's just never going to look right. So I got to pull out all the caulking that's there, leaving the tiles that are still stuck down, but pulling up the ones immediately adjacent to the tub. I'll show you when I get to that point, but got to get cranking on these if I'm ever going to get it done. So here we go. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened there with the time lapse. It was very, very brief, so I'll just leave it out. I got a couple more done. I've got my headphones, which kind of help protect my hearing somewhat and also allow me to listen to some music while I'm doing time lapse. But off in the distance here, we've got the tool, and what I'm realizing is it's as I keep sharpening it, it's starting to get a pretty pronounced curve on the edges. So I got a grinding wheel. I think I'm going to see if I can't make this a little bit more flat. I'm not sure if that's even really possible. The problem is if I try and do it with the sandpaper that I usually use to sharpen it, that'll probably just cut right through the sandpaper. So let me take you over to the grinding wheel, see what we can do there. Yeah, probably should unplug this and plug in the grinding wheel, which is over there. Let's see if I can't get you in position. And the grand experiment, if this fails, then I think I've got the rigid blade, and if that doesn't work, I need to go return the other device that was broken out of the box. So at that point I can pick up another flexible blade if it comes to that. So let's see if we can't plug this thing in. Just there we go. We're plugged in. Alright, it's about as good as I think I'm going to get it. Let's head back here. Get you in a slightly different position. Let's bring you back a little. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to it. Try the time lapse again. Okay, well now you have a bit of an idea of my process. Go through so many tiles before I give the tool a break, and then I clean those tiles. Sometimes it's as simple as window cleaner. Sometimes I have to pull out the heavier stuff to remove the adhesive. And finally, I mean, while I've got so many of these that I've done, I finally ended up with a couple of them that have little bits of damage. Be harder to show on this one. So I put them off to the side. This one, I don't know if you can see right above my thumb there. See if I can get it into focus. There's that little chip there. So what I'll probably do is put this one up against the tub, and then the grout line will kind of cover that up so it won't be so obvious. That way I can still use the tile instead of tossing it. We do have spares, but I'm trying to reuse what I can. So that's kind of what my process is, and now I think it's basically just a matter of pulling out the remainder of the tiles I do have. Sorry, I'm reaching for something here. Let me move that out of the way. Whoa, don't want it to go off the table there, that wouldn't be good. These little pieces which were opposite the tub and loaded with caulking and what have you, these are going to be a challenge to try and clean. I think I can get them into the jig and try and get them cleaned off, but if I can't, I can always cut some new pieces. And then on top of that, we've got the box, the old box. You can see all the dust on it because it's been in storage. Here's actually a tile from the kitchen. I don't know why that's in there, but the old grout. That was kind of a surprise. But you can see I've got more tile in here. And then beneath the tiles that are here, I think I counted 19 of them. Beneath, I've got a bunch of little offcuts and what have you, so who knows. If I can't reuse those small pieces, I might be able to cut a small piece out of one of these. That way I'm not using the big full pieces. So this is more of a restoration project than I thought it was going to be, and it's more effort than I thought. But you get the general idea what I'm trying to accomplish here. Still got some other tiles upstairs. I need to bring them down and get working on them. So I'll wrap up this part here. Next time you see me, I'll probably have all the tiles finished, cleaned, and ready to go. The only thing to do is to remove more stuff from around the tub. Alright, as promised, I'm done. Just finished the last one. I've got a box full. I had multiple boxes before. Now I've kind of got it down to this stack here. And most of the stack over here are the full tiles ready to go in the field. Up along the side here, I've got full tiles that have a little bit of damage to them, so those I'll try and put up around the edges. Whoops. Let's not lose track of what we got. And then I've got a bunch of little pieces here and there that were cut. It's going to be kind of a jigsaw puzzle figuring it out. Although there is one piece, this is the last piece I did, and this one's going to go up in a corner by the tub and the wall that has the angle stop on it, the shut off. But it feels good to finally be done with that. So tomorrow is going to be a matter of, assuming I wake up feeling okay. I can hear it in my own voice right now, but tomorrow the plan would be to do a bit of scraping on the floor to try and clean some stuff up, vacuum a bunch of stuff up, and then try to very carefully cut out the bad part of the floor around the ring. I'm probably going to have to cut it in 2 or 3 pieces to get it out. And then I think I have a plan for the replacement piece, which will have to go in 2 pieces, spanning across the 2 joists that are in there. But I think I got a plan. I think I can quit for today feeling like I got something done. I'm just going to do a bit of cleaning up and then dinner and maybe a walk with my neighbor.